Keep it simple, get the work done, do the quality reps. Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite exercises for abs. Before we move on, I'm going to just tell you quickly some words. Getting abs is one of the most researched, searched or asked question generally. Everyone wants abs or they want to remove body fat. First of all, when you want to get abs, you have to remove the subcutaneous fat located outside here. Because there are 2 types of fats. There are visceral fats and there are subcutaneous fats. Visceral fat is located between your organs inside your body. You can search it up. And what concerns me is that people with high body fat, let's say 20, 25, 30%, they don't only have the fat outside the body, I mean the subcutaneous fat. They have higher amount of fat inside the organ or inside the body as well, between the organs. And this will make higher pressure to the organs because there are substances between your organs. That is why you need to stay in a good, healthy body fat range, which is, in my opinion, is between 8 and 15%. Because obviously if you go too low on body fat, it's also dangerous. These are the 3 exercises I like to do because they target different parts. Hanging leg raises target the lower abs. Cable crunches targets the abs, almost all of it. Wood chop targets the obliques, and I do 2-3 sets of each. There is something like this in the gym where you can support your elbows and raise your knee. It will target the lower abs equally. I mean, it's better to do something than nothing, right? So this is more than enough. So you can support your elbow and you raise your knee. Don't bend your hips too much. I will explain you. Don't bend your hips. Keep your hips straight and only move your leg. Because if you move your hips also, you won't squeeze the abs as much. So you can use this. I would say level 1, you can use supporting your elbow and raise your knee. Level 2, you can support your elbow and raise your leg like straight. You can raise it like this, straight. And then it gets more advanced and harder to do exercises. You can hang yourself and do the abs. I will show you guys how to do that. So let me put the phone here and let me remove this one. Okay, let me put the angle correctly and I will show you how we do hanging leg raises. So this is the first exercise. Follow me, all right? So you basically target the lower abs, and if it's hard for you to do both straight legs at the same time, you can raise your knee. You can hold here. You can raise your knee like that. All right? And also you can do an exercise called crunches, but in this way. Not crunches in the cable, but like that. Look, like that, and you go back and squeeze your abs, and you go backwards. You can target the lower abs really well. But what I do is that I hold and I raise my legs, and I do. It depends how much energy I have, because I do abs in the end of my workout. Because training abs you don't have to focus on abs to get abs, because you can just do it once or twice a week at the end of your workout. You should focus on lifting weights and progressive overload, getting stronger over time. Because abs depends on how much body fat you have. So I'll show you like that and straight. I always put my legs at the end of the rep because I don't want to swing. Swinging makes it easier. So I try to do 10 reps. 4, 5, 6, 10. Alright? So I do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. It depends. Sometimes I get 8 too. So it's fine, just in 8 to 12 rep period is fine. And then next exercise is wood choppers. Wood choppers basically targets the oblique, external and internal oblique right here. So what I do is that I do first this one and then I do the wood choppers next. And then I jump back to the knee raises. Why is that? Is that they don't directly train the same muscle. So you can do it in this way. So take a good weight, yes. Here I try to do between 12 and 15 reps. And what you have to do is that try to hold a straight arm with slight bend and put one leg at the front because then you will swing. The same depends when you do biceps curl. If you stand like this, you will swing easier. You know? That is why I put one leg in the front, one leg behind, like that. And then I do biceps curl like that because I can support myself and not move my upper body. In that way I can stimulate more of the biceps. The same applies here. So I take the weight, pull it out from the metal, pull it out. The opposite leg in the front. I'm starting from the left. So the right leg in the front. Straight arms, light bend. I look straight, there. Not here or not there. Straight, and then squeeze my abs before I start. Finish down to the right. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was hitting this way. So I was moving the weight from left to right. It means that I squeeze my right side of the oblique, so I target the right side. Done. 2 sets of each. And the last exercise I'm going to do is cable crunches. Cable crunches is one of my favorite exercises because it's relatively easy to do and it targets the abs really well. So I'm going to use this one because it's already hooked up. So I put this rope. Let me bring the phone closer so you can see. So next exercise is cable crunches. These 3 exercises which I do now, these are enough for the abs. You don't need to do anything fancy. Keep it simple, target the abs and don't use momentum, okay? So I take a weight, okay? I try to do 10, 12, 15 reps between. So what you have to keep in mind is try not to move your hip. Try not to move your hip like that. Keep it stable and only move your upper body and squeeze your abs before you start the rep. Before you start the set, okay? in that way, you already have the muscle connection which you need to do, which you need to have to do the exercise. Alright? So I take it close to my forehead, squeeze my hands. 2, 3. Alright, really well. Really good. So I take between 30 seconds to 40 seconds break. Generally speaking, the bigger muscle, the more break you need. But everything depends on the weight and it depends on the exercise. So here I keep it 30 seconds to 40 seconds. And I do 2-3 sets and I'm done. I don't really do many sets for abs. You know, people think that you need to train abs to get abs. I would say it's 20% correct. To get abs, the majority of the work you need to do is in the kitchen. Because if you don't stay in calorie deficit for a long period of time, you won't lose body fat. And if you don't lose body fat, your abs will not be visible. So what is the point training abs when you eat bad? Doesn't make sense. Yes, you build the muscle, of course, if you eat enough protein and food, you will build the muscle, but you also gain body fat, which is outside your muscle. For those who have over 20% body fat, I recommend you to lose the fat first before you build muscle. It depends if you're a beginner, of course. Because I see people who already have 20% body fat, they want to go on a bulking phase, which doesn't make sense. We want to be healthy, we don't want to be big. If you want to be big, do something else, not bodybuilding. Because bodybuilding is about conditioning, how healthy you are, not how big you are. Alright, second set and last set, because I'm done after 2 sets, because it doesn't depend on the abs, right? Done. Okay, so this exercises is enough for the abs, because I feel like the simpler the exercise, the more chance is there that you will do the exercise. Before I did wine mills like this. You don't need to do so fancy stuff. You don't need it. Keep it simple. Get the work done, do the quality reps, and weekly set I recommend between 6 to 12 sets for abs. Alright, thank you for watching and see you guys soon.